Goodnight America, starring Mark DeCarlo. Tonight, a very special episode. Mark is shattered when his bikini waxing goes awry. With comedian Rick Overton, future expert Peter Crumrine, movie critic Marvin Thomas, and tonight's band, The Cage. And now, say goodnight to Mark DeCarlo!
All right, thanks very much. Give it up for The Cage, folks. Our band for the night. And for Eric Charles Boardman. He's right over here. He plays no instrument.
Thank you. Oh, thanks.
That is a lovely tie, Eric. It's a very summertime tie.
Thank you. Thank you, Mark.
Let's bring out our first guest. He's a very talented actor and a comedian. You probably saw him in Groundhog Day. Now you get to see him live and in person right here. Folks, Rick Overton is here. Welcome, Rick. Now, the folks at home don't know this, but we delayed taping for about 10 minutes because we were waiting for you.
I'm sorry about that, man, but at breakfast today I ran into this guy who claimed he was a member of Mensa, that genius organization, and I said, well, what do you know? So I just got here and finally at some point she's standing there with a check and I'm going, yeah, so relativity is measuring the speed of an object from another movie object, hence relative, I gotta go. Okay, so...
Well, I'm glad you finally got here.
Yeah, me too. Took the motorcycle here. Did you ever think it would be too hot to ride on the motorcycle?
Tell me about that.
Oh, the heat is unbelievable. I live in the valley. Ooh. And for those of you who don't live in the valley, you don't know what you're missing. It's a great big bowl of poop. You open your front door and dirt just pours in on you like Geraldo Rivera busting into Capone's vault, you know. You have to dig out of it. You go outside, you try to jog in it, and it just goes into slow mo. Must get to the car. It's so filthy out there. There's just plants growing, like hanging plants in midair, watering them. My neighbor has been fused into his Corvette like a cheeseburger. So I'm trying to get here, and there was more delays. I'm sitting at the light, and it's turning red and green and red and green and red and green. Finally, I get out. I look at the guy in the first car. He's like, everyone's crowding around. He's dead. Get his watch. Get his watch.
Hey!
Get his watch.
It has been very hot here lately.
Insanely hot.
Do you ever ride anything? I've only seen you on motorcycles before. Do you own a car?
I own a car, yeah, but I like the bike because there's no way to drive around in this traffic. You know, you have to scoot through in between. There's always the one wise guy who wants to open the door on you. And that's a good idea.
Are you pro or con the helmet thing?
Well, I don't know. I have the new kind. It's from the people who make soft contact lenses. It's the new soft helmet, and it's much better. It's called a bandana.
Bandana?
Yeah. No, I wear a helmet. Actually, it's so good that if I ever actually do get into an accident, my entire head just pops off cleanly like a Ken doll. I go sailing through space. Of course, my brain is alive for about 5 seconds, so I got that one last view of the Hollywood sign as I go by. Which is an important parting shot for you to remember.
Now, you know, there was a company here in the South Bay that just recently moved that actually preserved people's heads.
Yeah,
when they die,
good
you
idea.
can freeze them.
Yeah.
So that you can come back.
So future people can go bowling with them.
Would you want to be frozen for the future?
Well, yeah, but I do want to be sitting in Walt Disney's lap, you know, just like this.
Let me tell you about Goofy. How do you see the future shaking out? I'm a little apprehensive, quite frankly.
Well, I think we're going to ditch all political parties completely. And
you're for that? And just have one big one?
It's happening. Well, there'll be other parties. There'll be people inside the dome who can breathe, and people outside the dome pounding on the dome, trying to get into the dome, you know. And it's because the only enemy left is weather kicking our own butts for what we've done to the earth all this far. That's the only enemy you have left, is just your own past deeds, and try to make it right with Mother Earth. Let's go to the map if we could for just a second here. See, there's a big evil thing coming in from this, and locusts will be flying down this way. In the Midwest, they have to take the weatherman and shove him in front of the map. He's all packed and ready to leave. He's got his bag with him and stuff. He's freaking out like Bill Paxton from Aliens. He's like, it's coming through, man! It's not a river anymore! It's a tidal wave! Run! Game over, man! We're doomed! We're doomed! And now over to Bob with sports. Because he's a pro and always finishes on an up note.
I know you're a Trekker. Do you think Trek has the future seems pretty rosy in Star Trek and Deep Space 10 or whatever that show is?
Yes, I know. We've got to believe in the future. But we must get over these petty little bickerings of the present. You call yourselves a civilization, and yet you wait for OJ at the side of the freeway with a sign.
I don't understand that. If you were president for a day, what 3 things would you change about this country?
Well, if I were president for a day, I'd be wearing Kevlar. But I would do what Jerry Brown said, and I'd make everything just 13% tax right across the board. Yeah, everybody gets 13% tax.
Income tax, no
Income
sales tax?
Sales tax, I'd have to work out with my people. Because I wish I could do the number stuff, but I'm on a date, so I can't do it right now. I've got to meet this young lady later. But then, and I think I would, I would make sure that there was no contributions so that the crooks could come in and make you do the stuff they want and then numb your brain out later. And when you start wondering if things are crooked, they just put a beer out saying, why ask why? Okay, I won't ask. Oh, just teasing the big structures.
We've hit him! You think he'd make a good president?
I think the word president has its own bad meaning to it now. It's like the Play-Doh Fun Factory. No matter what color the Play-Doh was, by the time it's out the other side, it's the same shape, you know.
We're going to be right back with more Rick Overton and futurist Mr. Peter Crumrin. Don't go away. Now, we were talking about the future a little earlier with Rick Overton. Experts say that we are moving into a period of history now. Did you hear that? That will rival the Industrial Revolution in the sweeping changes that will affect the way we live and how we breathe. Here to talk about that is futurist Peter Crumrin. Please give him a hand. out here?
Great band, huh?
Great to have you here. They are a fabulous band. Now, I understand that you used to work in a big think tank back east.
That's right, I did, out in Lincoln, Nebraska.
And the name of that tank?
That was called the Lincoln Research and Development Corporation, Lincoln Rand Co.
So you're paid to just sit around and kind of noodle about the future?
And then we sell that noodling to the highest bidder.
Okay. You wrote a book called The Sun Will Not Come Out Tomorrow.
Yes, I did.
It's kind of pessimistic.
Oh, well,
Do you
I'm
feel that
actually-
way?
No. I actually feel very good and optimistic about the future. I just called it The Sun Will Not Come Out Tomorrow because I have a great dislike for the musical Annie. And there was a bit of a pun about the millennium.
Uh-huh. What does the future hold for us? Do you think it looks good, looks bad?
Many, many exciting things. Of course, it'll be happening very fast, so it'll be a little bit difficult to cope with. One of the things you might find interesting is in California, of course, you might be driving along the freeways and suddenly you'll see somebody in front of you driving erratically and you're wondering, is there a helicopter chase going on that I've suddenly gotten into the middle of? What is this? You'll pass them, you'll see that it's someone on a car phone.
Oh, that happens all the time.
Certainly. What they're planning now are special car phone lanes. So that if you have a car phone,
that's a great
you'll
idea.
be in that lane. It'll have bumpers, and it'll be just for you, and you won't be, messing up the rest of the traffic.
What else is coming up in the future?
All right. Let's say, there's a lot of children. We've had the second baby boom, as you know, and now parents are realizing, as our parents did, gosh, it's difficult to get just some time on your own. You want to go see a movie, you want to stay out, but you've got children. If you be using this is kitty chloroform. It's non-toxic, safe for children. It's called here, go to sleep. And you just give a little whiff of that to either children or non-mature adults, and they are out for 8 hours straight.
Is this dangerous for the little kids?
No. They get to sleep very peacefully.
Is it habit forming?
Oh, no. No more than sleep itself. Unless you believe what the poet Heine, sleep is good, death is better, best of all, never to be born. But if you don't go for that, this is the next best thing.
What about personal relationships? There seems to be a lot of acrimony between men and women now, and is that going to get better or worse?
The battle of the sexes, of course, is going to disappear. There's going to be a truce.
Good.
Men, women, as women enter the workforce, get their own economic viability, will finally have a partnership society like ancient Crete.
I wasn't familiar with that society. How does that work?
Well, we'll all be Cretans. No. You'll have coeducational sports, you'll have coeducational everything.
Good, that sounds fair.
What about getting rid of garbage?
Garbage, as you know, is going to be transported into orbit, so that eventually the planet will have rings around the Earth of floating utensils and bags and things that you don't need anymore.
So that the orbit deteriorates and every night there's a shower of valuable gifts.
That's right, if you're lucky.
So what about, you were talking about the second baby boom now. What happens as the first baby boom starts to age and...
Well, we're going to have guilt-free retirement homes, guilt-free rest homes for the aging population.
So if your parents are getting old and you don't want them living with you anymore, you can put them in a home and...
That's right. But it's guilt-free. You will not have to visit them, but there'll be animatronic likenesses of you that can come, stand by the bed, hold the hands. You'll have sound bites of your voice on the telephone, carrying on conversations. Uh-huh. Really? Oh, that's interesting. Then what happened? Gosh.
It's amazingly similar to right now.
Isn't it? You'll have a telephone right by you so that when your loved one passes away, that telephone will ring. You merely push the star button for a cremation or push the pound button for a regular funeral service of your choice. And of course, there'll be the video headstones where you can click and the loved one will appear on the headstone with any final messages.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, you just have to sit through the 15-minute trailer of other relatives who are soon
Oh,
to
yeah.
die.
We're going to be right back with movie critic Marvin and music from the cave in the future. Don't go away.
If you or someone you know has herpes, then this is important to watch because the product I'm going to share with you is guaranteed to work. It's called Azurex. There is no cure for herpes, but there is something guaranteed to stop outbreaks, provide soothing relief, and accelerate healing. In this attack pack, there are 5 individual swabs. They are easy to carry and easy to use. Just snap it to activate it. If you feel an outbreak coming on, apply Azurex after that first tingle and immediately feel the relief. So if you're looking for something that's powerful, natural, and really works, then order Azurex now.
Now, since Hollywood is the movie capital of the world, we thought we should bring out a guy who makes his living watching movies. So, here to help us sort through the summer list of blockbusters and bombs is our very own Hollywood movie usher, Marvin. Hey. Marvin! Good to have you here.
Glad to be here, but I got to get out of here, man. I got some popcorn to sweep up across the street.
Okay. All right. Well, now, so just so people know, you work at the
Cinerama Dome,
right
Hollywood.
across Vine Street there.
Yeah.
How long have you been working there?
About 14 years.
So you've seen
I'm
every
just
movie.
kidding. That's a joke. I couldn't have been working there 14 years. Months.
Months. All right. And you see each movie like 6 or 7 times a day?
Several thousand times a day.
Do you enjoy them more as they go on or less?
I get tired of them. You know, I can lip sync Wolf at this point. And that's all there is to it.
That's it.
That's it. The whole movie. It's a bunch of screaming. He's a little overweight, but Jenny Craig said we're going to do Wolf 2 and work with it.
What's been your favorite movie so far this summer?
3 Weddings and a Funeral.
I think it's actually, isn't it 4 Weddings and a Funeral?
Oh, I guess I slept through the 4th one, but the funeral, that was a killer.
That's right there.
What about that Keanu Reeves movie, Speed? You like that?
I was a little disappointed, Mark, on Speed.
What was that?
Because if it's a movie called Speed, and there's no Speed Racer, you know, I'm really disappointed. I was expecting to see Trixie and Spritle and Chim Chim and the whole gang.
Yeah,
and
but
it let me
it
down.
still made that jump, though.
That 50-foot jump.
That's a Speed Racer style jump right there for a bus.
Racer X wasn't on it, and that really tore me up. So.
Now, do you have any kind of system where you rate these movies, or you just like them, don't like them?
All in milk duds, baby. All in milk duds. See, this is the key to finding out if a movie is good or not. If it's real good, you get 3 milk duds. If it's sorry, you get 1 milk dud, and you kind of do it like this.
What about the Flintstones? Huge box office hit.
3 milk duds.
For the Flintstones, really?
Yeah. But it was a lot of black people, and you know, I'm a black activist. Notice the bow tie. And frankly, with the Flintstones, I think that I was bamboozled, flim-flammed, ran amok and astray, because I think they should have had kazoo in it. Don't you think they should have had kazoo? What about kazoo?
Mighty Kazoo.
Yeah,
Kazoo
was Kazoo.
Yeah. But they said Spike Lee was working, so he couldn't play kazoo.
What about Beverly Hills Cop 3?
Who's in that?
Eddie Murphy?
Oh, that's the name. I thought it was Buckwheat Goes to Disneyland. It was okay. I'll give it 2 milk duds.
2 milk duds?
Yeah.
That's not bad. That's great. Well, thanks for stopping by, Marvin. I know you got to get back.
Okay.
Give it up for Marvin, our Hollywood usher.
Hey, if you ever need to get in there.
That's our usher, Marvin. And now, folks, direct from Dublin, Ireland, The Cage with their song In Your Shot.
Well, now maybe she can talk with me. share the secrets of his soul. Lay your trouble down, maybe let me see how the years have let you grow. You walk inside now for the lines are clear. There's nothing left for you to fear. Well, now maybe she can run to me. There are troubles at my door. They're burdened down now for all to see. She just can't understand. Just can't understand. Laugh now, it's alright. Talk now, it's alright. Feel now, it's alright. Yes, it's alright. All the dreams of a teenage girl, all the fears of a mother's world, all the longs that I understand, all the leads that I take my hand now. Well, now maybe she can run to me. There are troubles at my door. They're burdened down now for all to see. She just can't understand. Just can't understand. Talk with me. Share the secrets. All the fears of reprimand. All the lines that take my hand. See if she can understand. She just can't understand. Understand. Understand.
Guys, that was great, Mark. This is the Cage. We'll be right back. Don't go away. We're back and we're out of time. I want to thank my guests, Mr. Rick Overton, Dr. Peter Crumrin, our usher, Marvin Thomas, and the Cage. That's it. Good night, America.